Welcome to Your Money Guides, brought to you by Interface Financial Planning.
Costs and value, providing value to Interface's clients. This week, Alan has noticed a common theme, and it's something that he's not overly happy about. He's been having a number of conversations about client fees, and he must admit that he's mildly irritated by it. Only yesterday, Alan was in a discussion with a well-known investment platform. The platform is considering implementing a minimum fee for users. The fee they suggested is £159 a year, which is equivalent to £13.25 a month. The suggestion is so absurd that it makes Alan angry. For example, let's say a client aged 32 wants to start saving into a pension or an ISA, but all they can afford is £100 a month. The minimum charge would reduce their monthly savings to only £86.75. And no one in their right mind would start a plan like that, and no advisor would recommend it. Alan is smiling when he sees the reaction from the FCA. Younger people are the future, and we all need to help them save for their futures in any way that we can. Alan can think of many clients who he has helped over the years who started with almost nothing and now have healthy investment portfolios of £250,000. What about the client who's currently investing £100 a month and has just inherited a sizable five-figure sum? His experience of investing his £100 has given him the confidence to know how to invest his inheritance, and he doesn't want to go anywhere else to do it. We all have to take a longer-term view, thinking about how the client starting out on his or her investment path can be taken on and helped by keeping costs as low as possible. In any case, Alan certainly doesn't want to be seen as someone who shows the door to young clients who need his help. In Alan's meeting yesterday with this particular investment platform, Alan asked, "Do you want to make the headline, 'Insert here platform no longer helps young clients because they can't make enough money out of them?'" From the expression on their faces, Alan thinks that his question was duly noted. In a different session, Alan was in a long discussion about how he could recommend that a client invest on a platform where the platform and fund charge amounted to 0.75%, when another platform and fund manager were charging 0.1% less. The quantitative analyst tools always focus on charges, whereas value is much more important than cost. For example, Alan's recommendation has a very easy administration system, so that if a client wants to make changes, they can be done in a few minutes. The alternative system takes 45 minutes to answer the phone, and instead of accepting digital signatures, they insist on having paperwork signed by the client and posted to them. This not only causes delay and frustration for the client, but it takes up Alan and his team's time, and that must be reflected in their charges. Whereas, for Alan's own recommendation, the team applies no charges for administrative changes. The alternative would have to incur a cost of £50 or so, and that would soon mount up. The last part of the discussion focused on Interface's charges, where they charge 1% of the fund value per annum at 0.083%, which is paid monthly, and Interface apply no other charges. Some advisor firms may have a different charging structure and charge 0.5% or 0.75% and then charge additional fees for other services. Interface decided on the simple option because it was more transparent and easier for everyone to understand. For Interface's 1%, the team monitor and make recommendations to clients' portfolios, supply them fund reports and analysis, perform a quarterly rebalance to ensure that their portfolios remain consistent, perform an annual BED and ISA to ensure that clients utilise their annual ISA allowance, and make sure that clients use their annual CGT allowance, and much more, all for no additional cost. Additionally, each client is given an EDVOA report every year, which illustrates that Interface's involvement in their investment typically adds about 3.1% a year to their investments. So, deducting Interface's 1% gives them a net gain of 2.1% after the deduction of Interface's fees. An example is on the website. Over 40 years ago, when Alan was teaching metalwork and woodwork in a Birmingham comprehensive, a wise head of department gave Alan a story that stayed with him. He told Alan about one of the families in his class who insisted on having a shiny new bike at the lowest cost. The family paid £50 for a new bike. The price was 40 years ago, of course. The bike lasted 6 months because it was the cheapest, and then they bought another new shiny bike which only lasted another 6 months. By contrast, another family bought a bike for £100, which was still as good as new in 12 months' time and was passed to their second child a year or so later. The second family was focused on value and not cost, and ironically, the first family paid more for their shiny new bike over the years than the second family. The more expensive bike was probably safer too, but that's a story for another day. So where do you sit? Are you someone who wants a shiny new bike every 6 months, or are you concerned about value? If you're already one of Interface's clients, Alan knows your answer already. Thank you.
For more information, visit our website at interfacefinancialplanning.co.uk.